Hey everybody, this is Craig from Eyeball Games. Let's talk about what I've been streaming lately. So, I couldn't finish Resident Evil, guys, not in VR. I got really sick the night that it looks stupid. I took a shower and I'm in pajamas and I'm comfortable and I'm not changing because I'm tired. But so I played Resident Evil in VR. I got really sick. Like I had to lay down for 20 minutes after before I could even move and do anything. So that's a no. I picked the worst spot to do this and the worst time. I'm all over the place. Anyways, so on my Nine Lives channel, I grabbed Life is Strange Before the Storm. I got it for $5, right? And I streamed it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I noticed something. I lost 6 subscribers only in that window where I was streaming that game. You don't have to like everything I play. I don't expect everybody to like everything I play, just like I don't like everything everybody else plays. You can tell by when I ignore you if you send me a Fortnite or Call of Duty or a racing game invite. But this one's a little extra because I was told multiple times. The first day I streamed it, someone popped down and was like, "Yo, this game's for females, bro." Um, like, it's not. It's not. It's for everybody. I'm sorry you see it that way, but I'm not like coming at you like a feminist or like a male feminist or a social justice warrior. But I'm coming at you as a human being right now. Women can have the same type of stories as men, and you can actually enjoy them if you give them a chance. Um, I liked this game a lot. I liked it a lot more than the original, and not necessarily because of the way that the game flowed, or you know, I guess this one didn't have any supernatural powers or anything like that, like Max did in the original. This one was about Chloe and Rachel. So, um, what happened was through the story, I was like, I like this because I like the original game. I liked Chloe a lot. Chloe was one of my favorite characters. She was the focal point of Before the Storm, but really the focal point was Rachel. You played as Chloe, but this shit was Rachel and her mom's story. That's what it ended up veering off into. And what got me with that game was a similarity of me when I was a kid into a teenager and the angst that comes with. I'm not going to spoil it for people if you didn't play it or you didn't watch my streams, but the angst that comes with like being lied to by a parent, being abandoned by a parent, having a parent who's addicted to drugs and chooses drugs over her children. It just gave something away there, but play it. You might like it just because it's primarily focused on 2 females. If you're a dude, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy that game. Now, granted, it's one of those games like Walking Dead, Telltale's Walking Dead. It's essentially a Telltale game, but it's from Square. And I'm actually excited now to stream Life is Strange 2. I was asked on here when I was streaming on this channel multiple times to play Life is Strange 2. And I think people lean more towards that because you play as boys instead of girls. But I didn't want to go into Life is Strange 2 until I actually played Before the Storm because I played the original on PS4 and then I stopped and then I went back like 6 months later. I'm pointing, like you can see, I always do this. I went back like 6 months later and I ended up playing it on my Xbox because it was on Game Pass. And I enjoyed it. It was just a game that I had to chop up. But sometimes I'm in a mood for those type of games. And this is around the time that I was. And this game was just perfect for it. So what happened was Ashley was looking for games to play on her Switch. And I was like, she likes those type of games because I got her What Remains of Edith Finch. So I was looking up to see if Life is Strange was on the Switch. It's not. And they don't have any plans to put it on Switch as far as I know. But they have entertained the thought, whatever. So I got her onto Walking Dead. So I was looking at it and I was like, I want to go back and play this. Like, I'm in a mood for this type of game. I don't want to play Walking Dead. I was looking for like Wolf Among Us 2 to see if that was ever going to come out. And I was like, no, fuck it. I'll go back and play Life is Strange. And that's how that stream actually popped up and happened. And I played it to completion. usually games like that, I'll do one episode, I'll take a break for a month, and I'll go back and do another episode. And no game like that have I played through consistently except for the first season of Walking Dead and What Remains of Edith Finch. And then Gone Home, but Gone Home was 2 hours. This game was about 2 hours for each chapter, so it was a good 6 hour game. I think I streamed it in 3 days, but it was amazing. If you like a good story being told to you where you can make the choices, but be warned, your choices in this aren't that impactful because it's a prequel. So you already know what's going to happen, and you know that these characters have to make it to the end because they're in the first one. Well, I'm not going to spoil it, but if you played the first one, you know what happens with these characters. So I think that actually made it more effective to me because the first game in the series is basically like the jump off point is about the disappearance of Rachel Adams and what happened to her. And then you find out what happened to her. She died. So having that knowledge and going through this character and what happens to Chloe in the first game, I think that made it more effective for me because I was afraid to be like play the game and then be like, I care about these characters, but I know what's gonna fucking happen to them. So I was kind of like hesitant about it, where I was just like, you can see it in the first stream I did. I was kind of like, yeah. All right, skip to it. Let's get to the next part. And then by the end of it, I was like fully engaged in their story, and I was like, I can't wait to see what happens. I was streaming it before work and after work, and the days that I had to stop before work, I was like, I can't fucking wait to come home and finish this game. And so yeah, if you're, it's not for everybody, but sometimes it's nice to play a game, that's narrative driven, where you get to make some choices, whether how impactful they are or not. None of these games' choices really fucking make a difference in the end. Walking Dead did slightly, but at the end of the game, how much impact did you actually have? You know what I mean? And since Ashley's gonna play Walking Dead, I'm not gonna continue to talk about what I'm referencing. But yeah, if you're ever in the mood for these games, I mean, right now you can pick Before the Storm up for $5 on PlayStation Network. I haven't checked Game Pass, but I don't have a doubt it would be on Game Pass. Check it out, please. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for those that actually watch, like Macintosh and Chris, and a couple other people. You actually have jumped in. The first guy who sat there and was like, "This is a females game, yo." He stayed and ended up watching the first couple chapters. So I'm hoping that he went and picked it up. He's not a regular, so I don't really know who he was. So thanks for actually staying and watching. And YouTube has told me that other people have watched it after. And it tells you how long people watch it. And I didn't get tossed a lot of likes on these ones, but people ended up watching it for a long time. So it's okay to admit that you might like a game like this. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to magically, I'm judging by the overbearing masculinity. It's not going to turn you gay, okay? Don't worry about it. And if it does, well, then it wasn't the game's fault. But thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone has a great weekend.